exquisite. So,
Yeah, sorry you have to see it like this. Normally it's a quiet, safe place.
well, let us make it so.
I'm counting on it.
Feels like you're invincible.
Insufficient output.
Get ready to fight, everyone.
I will lead us to victory.
Oh, exquisite.
We won't be getting any further this way. Let's head along the southeastern side.
Must we always resort to that? Warning. Energy levels low. Hostile gathering strength. Insufficient output. Perilous attack warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output. Incoming. Warning. Energy levels low. Rarity acquired. Insufficient output.
This will leave a mark.
Warning. Powerful warning. Energy levels low.
Feels like you're invincible.
Rarity acquired.
Another day.
Small organic life form detected.
You cannot escape.
exquisite. We should reach the museum if we continue on south from here.
This power is not insignificant.
That's just using two different words to describe the same thing, but I don't know. Wait. Stop. This isn't the time for it right now. Just save it for later, okay?
yourself and victory shall fall.
Energy levels low.
Feels like you're invincible, doesn't it?
Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output.
Enemy is before us. Not do anything done.
Warning. Energy levels low. Acceleration. Destroy.
This will leave a mark.
Item obtained. Insufficient output. Item obtained.
This is a perilous one.
Eliminated. Area secure.
How exquisite. So exquisite. So exquisite. So exquisite. It appears that they have already taken the museum.
We force our way in.
Destroyed. Warning. Obtained.
To the victor goes spoils.
Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
What manner of place is this? It's a museum for showing off Vergnisian's development over the past 300 years. And it's also the location where the Symbo drives were discovered. Those Symbo drives are the reason why we have advanced androids like Elena here.
So you mean the technology used to create Elena came from here?
That is generally correct. Symbo drives are compact, semi-permanent energy sources that run off converted energy from imaginary number space using energy generation principles that utilize symbology. These drives allowed for dramatic advancements in Vergold's android technology.
If this technology was behind your creation, I see why they're so eager to get their hands on it.
Midas, was that not a tad indiscreet?
He speaks the truth. Anything that makes beings such as Elena possible would be highly sought after. Even integrations with organic life forms cannot support all the power needs of fused cybernetic parts.
For a being so advanced, you certainly lack tact.
It is not surprising that a semi-permanent, highly efficient power source such as the Symbo drive would be perceived as potentially beneficial to Scorpium, and sought after as a result.
Nature does not make leaps.
What is that?
One of the fundamental theories for evolution on Earth. The theory states that life evolves gradually, a single step at a time.
One would think the idea of proceeding step by step could apply to a great many things.
Yes, and when evolution takes a great leap forward due to some unusual mutation, it always ends up as a heavy burden for the individual or species in question.
The Centralists are a mutation.
I'm hypothesizing, but when I think about what may happen should these Centralists who are so unpredictable successfully seize this place, it fills me with dread.
I agree. However, standing here imagining things will not help us. What the enemy seeks lies below the museum. Let us go and see what we can learn from these invaders.
How exquisite. How exquisite.
Provenience Cavern? A whole bunch of shady characters are headed into Provenience Cavern. If you're going after them, better prepare yourself here. You have everything? Give me a shout if there's anything else you need.
Well, that was indeed fruitful. How exquisite. How exquisite. It's a cave?
Yes, it is a cave. But the entrance is only part of the facility. All Vergnisians visit the museum when they are students. Right, Ray?
Yep, pretty much.
However, deep within lies the location where the Symbo drive was discovered. It supports the industries of not just Vergnis, but all of Vergold.
Are drives normally found in natural caverns?
To put it more precisely, symbols were found upon the stone walls within the cavern. So, this is referred to as the location where the Symbo drive was discovered. In that these symbols were what made its development possible. Vergold has kept a tight rein on these symbols, and never once shared them with outsiders.
Hence, the Central is coming here to learn this valuable secret. These symbols, mayhaps they were left behind by some ancient civilization or the like?
That is unknown. Vergold started space exploration 300 years ago. Before that point, Vergnis was an uninhabited satellite planet. We have yet to unravel the mystery of who created these symbols.
But would the Federation not be... no, perhaps not.
The Federation has yet to create an energy technology comparable to the Symbo drive. While the Federation is more advanced than Vergold in other fields of technology, it's difficult to think they had anything to do with this.
Regardless, if this location is important to the history of Vergold, then we cannot let the Pan-Galactic Federation or Scorpium take it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I'm gonna need it to brush up on a few things I forgot.
Won't be getting any further this way. There must be another path.
Blocked yet again. It seems the roof of the cave has collapsed.
We gotta find a way to get down to the lower levels.
Why not just blast a hole straight to where we are headed? Surely you have the technology to allow for such.
Doing so inside these caves could cause them to collapse down around us.
I don't know, Elena. I kinda like the idea.
Yikes! I thought we were done for.
Is everyone quite all right?
By some miracle.
That seems to have given us the shortcut we were after. We should continue onward.
Insufficient
Overconfidence precedes courage. Remember that.
There would appear to be nothing else ahead. I suggest we try another path.
Is this?
Is something wrong, Nina?
No. Never mind. It's nothing.
How exquisite.
Warning. Energy levels low. Destroy.
The enemy raptors! This will
exquisite.
Insufficient output. Warning, energy levels low.
Exquisite.
I don't think we'd make it very far down this way.
Damn, they've made it even further in than I thought. We'd better move.
You'll see us deterred.
More capable than you realize.
The ground looks ready to crumble under us here.
Perhaps we might break it purposely in order to move ahead.
I must admit, I'm not fond of the idea of crashing our way through one of Vergnis's historic relics.
Well, just pretend like we're excavating some new route or something.
You would say something like that, but so be it. This is an emergency after all.
Exquisite. So exquisite.
Insufficient output. Warning, energy levels low. Distinguished.
Feels like
Me!
Exquisite.
Initiate emergency protocol. Insufficient output.
No more than you deserve.
Warning, destroyed. Item obtained.
These trifling engagements.
Exquisite.
Yet hold strong. Perhaps we require more force.
Exquisite.
Threat detected ahead. Insufficient output. Threat neutralized. Warning, perimeter secure.
Shall we blast through the ground at our feet yet again?
Doesn't seem like we have much choice.
Exquisite.
These really do look familiar.
What are you muttering about?
Oh, it's these these symbols. I feel like I've seen them before.
Insufficient output. Usefulness. Warning. Energy levels low.
Victory is within reach!
Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
The enemy falters! Is the power of Vergold's symbol drives really that incredible?
You can tell just by looking at Elena. There are no androids as advanced as her in the entire Federation. And it's not just android tech. Their Symbo drives are the reason that the Vergoldian interstellar military is capable of fending off a Federation fleet.
Hey, we don't have any choice now due to current circumstances, but you need to forget everything you see here.
I can't make any promises.
Cut me some slack, officer. You too, Nina. I know your Semiomancer blood must be thrilled by all this stuff, but behave.
I can't make any promises.
Oh, man.
Initiate emergency program. Insufficient output. Destroy. Warning. Energy levels low. Threat neutralized.
Oh my. Poor little Duma does not appear well. Is something wrong?
The enemy draws near.
Onward!
No quarter!
Insufficient output.
This will leave a mark! Will not be the last!
To continue combat.
Victory is within reach!
Warning. Energy levels low.
The walls here seem firm, like to crash through.
Please. Such a suggestion is unbecoming.
But we must find a way through nonetheless. Is that not so, Ray?
Yeah, but let's not go full Destructo mode on the place, okay?
Prepare yourself for battle!
Destroy.
Here I am!
Neutralized.
Come on, everyone!
Item obtained. Retriever secured.
The enemy is before us!
Would you like me to initiate?
How exquisite! Shall strength lay dormant within me. More than you deserve. How exquisite. Prepare yourselves for battle.
Fret not. Your allies are waiting.
This will leave a mark. Admit defeat. Keep up. You will know pain.
Confirming engineer's judgment. Destroy.
No quarter. This will leave a mark.
Item obtained. Neutralized. Insufficient. Low.
Area secure. It.
Get ready to fight, everyone.
We must ensure
Our
we
coordinates
are
takes us in the vicinity of the Symbol Drive.
We sure got here faster than planned. Come on, not far to go now.
surprise, is it not?
Warning. Energy
We're
level
the
obtained.
greatest!
Why, this is...
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
How could this be? Why is this here?
Is there something wrong?
It looks just like it. Just like in the ancient coil in Nilbeth, where we excavated the Levitas ore.
Now that you mention it...
Detecting incoming attack. Initiate emergency measures.
What? Bohld'or!
Do you not find it simply wondrous, Laeticia, my child? Each time I experience the vastness of the Scorpium network, I am reminded of how small I once was.
The Centralists are not the entirety of Scorpium.
We soon will be, and so His Excellency, our Sovereign, seeks the Symbodrive. See for yourselves.
Bohld'or, are these the ones who oppose our centralist cause?
Indeed they are, Your Excellency.
Admiral Remington.
A familiar face, one of Bennett's, and a descendant of the Kennys.
What drives you to do this? You violated Federation regulations, used military assets for personal purposes, and furthermore, concealed the existence of Scorpium itself and the situation at Fear. You will face retribution for your actions under Federation law!
We do this for the Pangalactic Federation, for universal peace and prosperity. Surely a Kenny would understand.
Don't be ridiculous!
Ronix J. Kenny once interacted with the people of Planet Rogue, set foot on the forbidden planet Styx, and led us to victory in our conflict with the planet Fargate. Claude C. Kenny violated your precious pact, planting the seeds of the planet Expel joining the Federation. As a result, our studies of symbometrics expanded greatly.
Yes, but...
It was much the same when your ancestor, Captain Emerson, found gravitic engine technology. History has proven that the law must be broken at times to move worlds forward. And at this moment, that role falls upon my shoulders. What authority does a Kenny have to try and stop me?
I'm...
Don't listen to this ass, Mariel. He's just trying to manipulate you.
Oh, really?
The reason for Mariel's ancestors breaking the rules was because following them would have led to the deaths of lots of innocent people. Don't lump them in with a dumbass trying to steal other people's stuff for his own selfish gain.
A Vergoldian defending the crimes of the most esteemed family in the Federation. Now this is rich.
Those crimes were defined by the Federation on its own terms. Your rules don't mean shit to those of us on the outside.
Ray, I'm okay now. Thank you. What you say is true. My family's track record as soldiers of the Federation was perhaps never the most praiseworthy. And my distaste for my family's legacy is precisely why I swore to myself that I would uphold Federation law to the letter during my career. But I will not abide by words from you. Childish logic. Excusing your own actions because someone else did it? Have you no shame?
A Kenny through and through.
Your Excellency, it would appear reaching a consensus with these fools through discourse in the physical realm is futile. What shall we do?
They serve no purpose in the expansion of the Federation or the evolution of the Scorpium. Any who would keep the Symbodrive from us are undeserving of mercy.
Bohld'or, just what do you think you are doing? Did you come all this way simply to be used by this petty man?
Is that not as it should be, Laeticia, my child? You wish to stop me, yes? Then is it not to your benefit that your foe be small and weak? My actions are all for the benefit of Scorpium and the Centralists. Fight me!
May your blood run cold!
It has not been long since the Scorpion proved Centralist sovereignty. Thus, I would like to ask that you all join me in celebrating my coronation with your submission. Bohld'or, dispatch of these imbeciles.
It shall be done, Your Excellency.
By a frostbitten blade!
How we know you are strong, Bohld'or. Your son Gerard would be saddened to see.
Only because a mere human struggles to grasp the greatness of my condition when confronted by it. You will understand in due time.
You think I want to know?
Impressive. It would seem my efforts were not sufficient.
It appears my confidence in him was misplaced. Differences in individual performance are hard to predict.
That is how you would speak of one who pledged loyalty and would die for you?
You are a most contemptible wretch indeed.
You still say such things after all that you've seen. There is no concept of loyalty within Scorpium. We are a group within the greater Scorpium network, with myself occupying the top position of Sovereign. Nothing more or less.
Incompatible. The term Sovereign is entirely incompatible with the Scorpium we understand.
Had things been different, you would have been my father-in-law. It is unfortunate that this is how your life ended. But I will avenge you.
This is evolution. The greatest evolution in the cosmos. The everlasting prosperity of the Pan-Galactic Federation begins now under my rule.
We will never let that happen! Remington Kurtzman, your misguided ambitions end here and now!
May your blood run cold!
Really shows off the colors of the rocks that infest the Federation.
You understand the glory of my appearance is not far.
I will never permit that to happen!
You'll have to do more than pay lip service to your ideals.
Divisional tactics is effective.
This will leave a mark! Learn it! By a frostbitten blade!
On your knees!
You will know pain! You're
the Sovereign may actually be a good thing. If we defeat him here, it will invalidate the concept of a Scorpium network with a leader.
Absurd! I am Sovereign! The Sovereign of Scorpium! Destined to unite the galaxy! My morals, my beliefs! No! Impossible! What will become of the Federation? Of Scorpium's evolution without me?
Both the Federation and Scorpium are gonna be much better off with you out of the picture.
Damn it all! I only integrated to build a utopia! A union between Scorpium and the Federation! Bohld'or!
Bohld'or! He lives yet! Nina! Maester Midas!
The way he is, I don't think...
Even if possible, his Scorpion body can't be repaired here. There's nothing we can do.
But...
Summon the fleet to Vergnis! This is far from over! I must lead Scorpium and the Federation!
Unfortunately, it appears that your time is at an end. Your Excellency.
What?
Did you truly believe a fool such as you would be appointed Sovereign? You have been nothing more than a stepping stone to prepare the network for the true Sovereign. That is the consensus of our network.
Bohld'or! What did you just...
Felling me or Remington will not halt Scorpium.
Oh, we're definitely gonna stop your invasion of Vergold.
We'll speak to those Scorpium that have faculty of speech and enforce Federation regulations. This kind of Scorpium lawlessness will not be allowed in the galaxy any longer.
If the conceptual, sovereign individual vanishes, in time, Scorpium will be restored to our correct state.
Correct. Correct. You understand nothing. Neither you nor Remington know what is true, what is correct in this life.
Bohld'or! Bohld'or!
Is he truly dead this time?
We can confirm that the individual named Bohld'or is deceased.
Remington's biological activity has also ceased. I would assess that we have stopped the Centralist insurrection for the time being.
Small comfort. After everything. It could not have been your wish to fall so far from home. Bohld'or, all this suffering, to what end?
The invaders just gave themselves up at fleet headquarters. I don't know. It's all a little too suspicious, if you ask me.
Might have expected as much from Scorpium. From how I see it, with their Sovereign gone, their network is probably reverted back to putting everyone on an equal level again.
Is that how they work? Yeah, I have my doubts about the surrender, that's for damn sure.
Do not assume the deeds of Remington's faction representative of Scorpium as a whole. But I, too, must acknowledge the faults and dangers within the Scorpium quest for further and further integration. The risks must not be overlooked.
I'd say the Pan-Galactic Federation is more to blame for these Centralists.
Do tell.
Coaxing in brand new members with all this talk of peace and the advance of civilization? That, sound familiar? At least Scorpium keep a certain amount of equality among themselves. But the more the Federation grows, the more the upper brass consolidate their power. This whole ordeal with Remington and the Centralists was just the worst parts of both brought together.
I'll admit, I find it hard to refute that. The Federation has no choice now but to take a good long look in the mirror and figure out how to piece itself back together.
What's going to happen to all the officers who turn themselves in?
They could very well claim they had no choice but to comply with Remington's orders after integrating with Scorpium, which might actually grant them immunity from Vergaldian law.
I don't expect the local system government's got a damn idea what the Scorpium even are. Gonna have a hell of a time trying to talk peace.
I'm quite aware. I expect to be made responsible for bringing an end to the situation. Which is why your son's data is so crucial. I'm hoping I can count on your assistance. The future of both Vergald and the Federation depend on it.
Just be sure there's something in this for me, huh? I got a business to run, you know?
Duly noted.
Captain Raymond, thank you once again. Your efforts have allowed the Federation a chance to correct its course.
None of what we've done was for the Federation's sake.
Be that as it may, the Federation skirted a full and devastating collapse thanks to your efforts.
Lieutenant Mariel, I have looked at the Scorpium data you provided. I was surprised by your confrontation with the Virian soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. Aster 4 is an underdeveloped planet, is it not?
Yes, sir. About that.
You were doing what you thought was right, correct? Upholding what were once core values of the Federation, lost under Remington's lead.
Yes, sir. But I believe that it should not excuse me from Federation law, though. I knowingly violated the UP3. For that, and for the illegal seizure of the merchant vessel Akizuki, I should be brought to trial.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Wait!
Those of us in positions of power can never let the ends justify the means, regardless of the outcome.
But still!
That said, the Federation's in no shape to court-martial you right now. I'll take full responsibility for your deeds until a more appropriate time presents itself. You stay here with your friends. All things considered, Lieutenant Mariel, I think you made the best calls you could. Your actions don't tarnish your family name. Far from it. Making as much known should serve you well when the time comes to face the jury.
Admiral.
Don't you leave us now, you hear? The Federation is in bad enough shape as it is. We don't need to lose another talent like yourself.
Sir!
And I expect there'll be talk of making Aster 4 a Federation protectorate in the near future. You should expect to have some eyes on you as a member of the planet's royal line.
What is this protectorate of which you speak?
I can explain it all to you later. I'll also discuss whether the Federation even retains the capabilities to do so.
So, what will the rest of you do next?
Well, the Centralists have been busted up. My homeworld's safe and sound again, and Bohld'or's gone.
Right. Yes. And with the whole of it now behind us...
Seems like our journey's at its end. Time for our princess to make her triumphant return.
have had no word from Welch for quite some time now. I wonder if she happened upon the other ring she sought after. I am not sure I can stand to not know the answer. Perhaps a visit to Delric is in order.
We should head back to the Aldous first.
Sorry to bother, Laeticia. Can we ask a small favor?
Yes, of course. We'd like you to check on the progress of Chloe's linguistic studies. Happy to. Chloe, you have been studying for quite some time now, have you not?
Yeah, but the problem is I still can't really say that much.
Chloe, have some confidence. I will now disable the universal translator.
My name is Chloe Canaris. I like astrology. I don't like confined spaces. How was that? Did it make any sense to you?
Superb! That was absolutely perfect, Chloe.
Really? Thank you. I am so happy. I can talk using my own words.
Your pronunciation is perfect, and your listening skills appear fine, too. Oh, it is apparent you have thoroughly applied yourself. Very nicely done, Chloe.
Thank you so much, Elena. Relying on the universal translator is much easier, but the culture and history of Aster IV is coursing through its language. There is no other way to appreciate it than to learn it properly.
Chloe, you truly are amazing.
Oh, no. Really, I owe it all to the help you and everyone else has given me, Laeticia.
Well then, how do you feel about learning slightly more difficult words?
Huh?
I will provide you with some challenging textbooks on the ancient tongue. I am quite sure it will be all too easy for you, Chloe. Passion for learning is a good thing. Chloe, perhaps you would wish to learn a little bit more.
I think I'm okay with just sticking to everyday speech for now. I'll get to the archaic terms someday. Those old words might send my brain back to the Stone Age.
Hello, young lady. I heard all about what's been going on. Sorry to hear all these strange troubles have sucked you out of your home and up into the vastness of space.
Not quite the way I see the situation.
It's all because of that Duma, was it? If I hadn't agreed to transport that hunk of junk in the first place, well, I'm sure a fair lady like yourself never would have got caught up in all this otherwise. I owe you an apology.
I am afraid I must disagree.
Huh?
If you are in fact the reason why Duma alighted in my homeland, I find myself most grateful to you. It is because of Duma that Ray and I crossed paths. They helped us to save our kingdom. I have also found it most enlightening to bear witness to the cultures and behaviors of the various peoples living above our sky. Furthermore, it has given me the chance to subdue Bohld'or as he flees into the stars.
I think I may have underestimated you, young lady. Young lady? Ha! Where are my manners? Laeticia, you're good people. And you've got guts, too. Huh, I like that.
I am honored you think so.
Here's an idea. Once all these issues are done and dusted, why don't you marry into the Lawrence clan?
Pardon?
If I do say so, Ray is a young star at our company. He's got quite the bright future.
Hey, hit the brakes, Dad. What are you saying all of a sudden?
And there's also Antonio. but I personally guarantee you'll have an easy enough life with either of them.
Come on, old man, lay off. You're making the poor girl uncomfortable.
What do you say, Laeticia? Would you rather marry Ray or Antonio?
I might have to say Ray.
Laeticia, there's no need for you to be polite and consider his weird question seriously. Did you say Ray?
Oh, please do not blush like that, Ray. I do believe it may be contagious. We have traveled together a long time and become like old friends. Yes, that is it. Is it not?
Yeah, you're right. That's it. Out of those options, it'd have to be me, right?
Yes, precisely.
Looks like you two might not even need my help to make that happen.
Such an extraordinary city, and one that greatly differs from Parapium.
You think so? Well, I mean, sure. I guess there's a lot less nature here than in Parapium. Huh. Feels weird saying Parapium and nature in the same breath.
Vergnis is your home, is it not?
Yeah. Well, it's the place I grew up, so in that sense, it's home to me.
Wherefore the ambiguity?
The hospital I was born in was on Vergald, so technically, I'm from the planet. But I've spent way more time on Vergnis, as far back as I can remember. And now it's where my whole family lives. So, does it feel better to call Vergnis home? Yeah.
So, would I be correct in saying that is your childhood home then?
That's where things get complicated. That's the company, not my house. In an Aucerian sense, that's a business/kingdom, and Dad is its ruler.
I see. That helped my understanding. Nonetheless, it is a remarkably large building.
Yeah. There was actually a big dispute when we went to rebuild the office 5 years ago. They wondered if we could recoup the costs of constructing such a massive building.
Goodness, that is quite the ordeal. 5 years prior? This structure required but 5 years to erect?
Nah, it's been like 3 years already. I'd say construction only took like 2 tops.
Only 2 years?
Yeah, that's pretty much bog standard for a building like this.
Only 2 years. Yet it is so grand. Everything in space is so unconventional. Marielle, the Kenny name bears special meaning in your world, correct?
It's special. To everyone else more than me, I guess. Sometimes it just feels like a weight on my shoulders.
Can you tell me more?
Well, my grandparents and their forebearers played a major role in Federation history. They were incredible. You can definitely find them in textbooks.
They must be among the so-called giants of history.
Right. I'm no giant, though. I'm just a little girl stuck at the far end of our great family table.
Marielle. Being a princess, I too am well aware of the burden and weight that comes with one's bloodline. The pressure of living up to surrounding expectations. The anxieties of upholding the long family history.
Laeticia.
Nevertheless, I stand here now as Laeticia, and you are here as Marielle. I am aware of you, Marielle, not those who came before you. Therefore, please just stay as Mariel. Let the legacies of old settle where it may.
Thank you. It feels a little lighter now.
I have complete faith in you. Faith that one day, you will come to embrace your Kenny name.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can't keep avoiding it forever, can I?
So, Ray, this is the town where you were raised.
You could say that. But since I was little, I've spent most of my time in my dad's ship flying all over the galaxy. So it's not like I was really living here. But I guess if I had to call somewhere home, this would be it.
That is certainly right.
I bet it was the same at Parapium, but compared to Aucerius, aren't you shocked at how different the town's appearance is?
It is quite overwhelming to see so many unfamiliar things. Although, I must say it is a rather lovely town.
Yeah? To me, all the cities on Vergald look the same, no matter where I go. Can't say I ever thought this town was lovely.
Both Ascendros and Vergnis are full of activity and energy. You can sense the beautiful workings of life being lived within them. Together, they have given me some invaluable insight.
Whether someone lives on my world or your world among the stars, Ray, as different as our worlds may be, the people of each behave much the same. Insightful thoughts, Elena, indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. There's a lot of small, obvious differences, but things usually pretty much settle into the same pattern, more or less.
Oh, right. There are many other people here among the stars I have yet to learn of. Is it most likely that a day will come where we must work together with them?
I really can't say, but there's no need to think so hard about it.
Pardon?
Keep it simple, just like we're doing. Build the kind of friendship where you get to show off your hometowns. That's more than enough.
Yes, that type of friendship sure does sound nice.
But don't let Mariel know I said that.
And to ensure we get to that type of future, we must endure and overcome the obstacles we are facing right now.
Ain't that the truth? So, in order to save our hometowns, we really gotta rip it up.
Yes, with all we have.
So, I guess we're setting a course back for Aster 4 then, that right?
Yep.
If you would.
By the way, you should know that Vergoldian Interstellar sent out a warning. Some of Remington's fleet haven't surrendered to Admiral Maverick yet. They report some scattered pockets of resistance.
So a straight course for Aster is out.
Yeah, might be smarter to take the scenic route this time. You know the drill. Better to be safe than sorry.
Right. So we'll steer clear of the usual routes and see if we can find some safer detours then.
A most prudent choice. It would do us no harm to linger longer among the stars, yes?
Pull us out of orbit at a quarter thrust and set course for Aster. Last leg of our journey. Let's make it a good one.
Copy that, Captain. Exiting orbital trajectory at a quarter thrust. for?
Your Highness.
Fret not. It was but the thought of our journey's end.
Perhaps a stroll would put one's mind at ease. May well be our last chance to share words with our companions.
Yes, well, that is a most excellent idea. Maester Midas, whatever are you doing?
I'm musing over the Scorpium.
Come again?
I've come across a wealth of experiences I'd never dreamed of since taking to the stars. There is much I wish to convey to Malthea and Marcus upon our return.
Well, that is wonderful. Dr. Eason and Director Malthea will certainly be pleased.
But my voluminous words will never truly convey to them the smell in the air aboard this vessel, nor the texture and tastes of our journey. I can't explain the sensation of my weight on the surface of strange planets for the first time.
Yes.
We humans are social creatures. At our root, we live through and thanks to our connections with others. That set me thinking. The Scorpium seek to guide evolution, and they share their society's wisdom with all who join them. Perhaps they forge the path that all humanoids must one day inevitably tread.
Be that as it may, Maester Midas, do we humanoids need not still build for one another the road which one day leads us there?
I needn't be reminded, but the matter itself is now known to me. It has taken root and will occupy my mind for the rest of my days. And what wonderful days they will be.
I find myself picturing Lady Malkia far from amused at how troublesome you might be.
If I wasn't, then I would no longer be me, correct?
I inquired of Raymond to determine if we might sail the Fulga through the Ocean of Stars.
Aboard the Fulga? And what was his response?
Without a moment of contemplation, he told me space held no air, as though it were as obvious as the color of the sky itself. For many years I have studied semiomancy alongside Midas and the other maesters, sharing in all the knowledge of our world. Yet, I now realize we know absolutely nothing of space.
And is there no consolation in knowing now what you have yet to learn?
I find no consolation in self-deceit. We must acknowledge that it shall be no simple feat to ever set course for their worlds ourselves.
Is something on your mind, cousin? What could cause you to respire so?
My thoughts were of Bohld'or. I keep wondering if I might have done more. Somehow convinced him down a path which, in the end, might have saved him.
Perhaps.
In truth, I am plagued by regret. What I seek, and that which I bring about, never seem to coincide.
I lament the same myself.
And yet, then I look at men such as Bennett and Remington. These men are capable of sailing through the stars themselves, yet still they are susceptible of falling astray at the slightest mishap. There seems to be no world in which we are guaranteed to accomplish that which we set out to.
Perhaps the story of our kind is built by those who tried and failed, but persevered nonetheless. What we deem failure at present
may one day be seen a crucial step toward a greater good. We might say the same of the Scorpium.
Perhaps so. That means we must push through and live on, so that one day we can stand tall and proud. Watch it.
This is the bridge.
How much longer until our return to Aster?
Just about there now. I'm sorry about the Emperor.
Indeed.
I don't think I could say this in front of Albert or the others, but I feel like he wasn't a bad person.
It's quite all right, Chloe. I am in agreement.
I'm sure Prince Gerard... Emperor Gerard now, I guess. This news will be very difficult for him.
We must accept the Emperor's fate if the Empire and my kingdom are to move toward peace. Chloe?
Yes?
I must confide. I find myself wishing you Aucerian, like me.
I'm very flattered and honored by your words. But I have a feeling perhaps we wouldn't have wound up as good as friends if that were true.
Right. Well put. Mayhaps things are best as they are.
I agree.
Might I inquire now what it was that Luca meant earlier?
So, Laeticia, you're royalty, right? Which means you're one of the recognized representatives for a major percentage of Aster IV's population, yes? And Midas and Nina, they're some of the greatest minds the planet has to offer. Whenever such people of your caliber come into contact with Federation technology, their native planet gets registered as a protectorate.
And a protectorate is...
There are ramifications, but there is one in particular that Ray's concerned about.
Oh? Oh, nothing.
Okay, registering a planet as a Federation protectorate is almost like a public proclamation. That they are laying future claim to the planet, as a Vergnisian, and also as someone who witnessed all the controversy here. It's hard for him to accept that.
I confess I am also uncertain how to respond.
If we're being frank, I don't think the Federation in its current state is in any position to register Aster IV as a protectorate. I just have one concern.
Concern?
As long as I remain military personnel, making Aster IV a protectorate is the only way I'd ever be able to see any of you again.
Oh, that is a grave concern indeed.
It truly is.
It's been an adventure of a lifetime, but it's almost over now, huh?
The journey, yes, but not the lessons we might glean from it.
Some of it's still pretty hard to digest. And we've definitely had more than our share of trouble and all, but... oh, I don't know. I really wish we could have stayed longer and traveled more with them. Don't you think so, Laeticia? Laeticia?
Yes. Yes. I quite agree. If only ever so slightly longer.
seems our time together draws to an end.
All journeys reach an end. Doesn't mean it's the end, though. Right?
Indeed. I can assure you, we don't want to lose contact with any of you after today. Speaking of the future, though, what exactly do you plan to do now, Duma? You were meant to assess the people of Vergold for Scorpium compatibility, yes?
I am contemplating the endeavor to normalize Scorpium integration.
Normalize Scorpium integration? Should I take that to mean moving away from invasive assimilation to focus on what were your prior methods then?
You are correct, though we expect that alone will be insufficient. Contact with the Pan-Galactic Federation served as a catalyst in the Scorpium schism. However, it is now obviously apparent that Scorpium ideology has always been susceptible to such dangers.
It was always at risk of taking a more aggressive route, then?
Indisputable. Armed with that information, we must learn from our failures and seek out new methods by which to further our evolution. This perspective should be shared with the network.
Sounds a lot better than the Centralists, that's for sure. But how's one little probe supposed to influence the whole network?
Astute observation. I am but an investigative life form, unable to intervene in non-mission critical duties.
Yet, little Duma, you did just that by aiding us on our journey, did you not?
It was your actions that prompted me to do so.
What actions?
Your efforts to rescue the android Elena from the crash site at Galka Shrine triggered my protocols. Had you acted differently, my investigation directive would have persisted. Communication between us would have remained at minimum levels. In past surveys of worlds co-inhabited by organic and non-organic life forms, use of non-organics as tools by organic life forms has been quite typical. However, you treat Elena's life as equal to your own, sparing no thought to her nature. In your interactions, I detected new possibilities for future coexistence. My aid was offered in an effort to further investigate future options suggested by your actions. Additionally, influenced by the interactions they witnessed between Raymond and Elena, Laeticia and the people of Aster IV naturally accepted the android as an equal being, working alongside Elena as they would any other fellow humanoid. This is an astounding occurrence, and serves as proof that such a symbiotic relationship can spread. My actions may have breached my role as an investigative unit, but I am grateful to all of you.
That's all just common sense for Vergaldians.
Likewise. It seemed only natural for us.
The greatest hope for the future of Scorpium is in finding more who share such a mentality.
And you will strive to foster such thought. Is that right?
Correct.
Perhaps you have already experienced some form of personal evolution yourself, then.
Personal evolution.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, little Duma. You've been through way too much not to be left a little wiser for it. You know, I'd say this whole adventure taught us all a thing or two.
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna make my way to the bridge then.
I shall see you there. Perhaps I have said all there is left to say. Best make my way to the bridge. I am grateful to have had the time to speak with everyone one final time. Perhaps I should now make for the bridge.
remember that being there.
Something up?
There are 3 unidentified objects in orbit around Aster 4. They're around 30 meters in diameter. They weren't there before. Establishing visual.
Debris from the battle between Akizuki and the Scorpion ship?
That is no debris. Detecting autonomous corrections in trajectory.
That is Scorpium.
Hang on now. What are Scorpium doing in this system on a scale like that?
Sure doesn't look like anything good. Doesn't look like they're itching for a fight, but it's probably safer to think they've got eyes on us, too. We got readings on any other Scorpion battleships?
Captain, we've picked up a massive structure on the surface that wasn't there before. Pulling up the feed now.
Whoa, wait a minute. Don't tell me that thing is...
Scorpium.
The sheer size of it.
Where is this tower, precisely?
This looks like... the ancient coil in Nilbeth?
That cannot be! What of the Trathan settlement there? Can we not see what is underway within?
Sensors are being blocked. Interior scanning of the tower was unsuccessful. This construct... could it be?
I have no idea what's going on. Well, Laeticia, looks like it's not time for goodbyes just yet.
It would appear so.
Ray, transmission from the surface.
From that tower?
No, this is... it's from the royal capital.
This is Lola paging the Aldous. Do you copy?
Lola!
Welcome home, Princess Laeticia. The situation here is critical.
Details now!
Settle down and listen well. We are without many casualties. Aucerius, Vale, and Nilbeth are working jointly on this. We're currently assessing the situation. I'd ask that you land at the Aucerian Royal Palace. I can brief you on the latest intel once you've arrived.
Very well. We shall be with you shortly. Ray?
Copy. Alright, let's do this. Ant?
Yeah, leave the rest here to me. But haul your ass back this way if things go south.
Let us make for Aucerius.
My father and everyone are in trouble. We must make for Aucerius at once.
You all appear well. What of the Emperor, the Colonel, and Gaston?
Well...
I see. Let us go meet with His Royal Majesty. His Majesty awaits with his council just above.
Laeticia, Raymond, it is good to have you back.
It relieves me to see you well, Father. Whatever has happened here in my absence?
These strange beings simply rained down upon us one day. A whole expanse of the Nilbeth continent fell all but instantly.
And what of the Trathan? Have you heard nothing?
Many of your people have fled their homes to seek refuge in Aucerius and Vale. Some fled for the Nilbeth capital instead, but all are safe.
Indeed. Then I am relieved.
The invaders have made no further movements since their capture of Nilbeth. Without the slightest inkling of their plan, the Royal and Imperial navies can do naught but sit in wait off the coast.
These invaders are... Scorpium.
That much is obvious.
If I am not mistaken, their foremost aim is most certainly the ancient coil.
They have raided similar sites in other worlds beyond our own.
But the Centralist faction, which espoused such ways, has been eliminated.
You say that, but look at what's in front of you. This is exactly the kind of thing those bastards would do.
Ray, transmission from Aster 4 surface. It's being relayed through a satellite, but I think it's from that Scorpium construction. What? There's no way.
Merchant vessel Aldous. Your return has kept us waiting.
That voice.
Bohld'or! I witnessed you perish!
He endures.
If only it were surprising. His consciousness persists on the network. Are we to understand that the physical form we fought against in Provenience Cavern was merely one of many he had obtained?
It would appear so. In his cybermind integration, he has abandoned his physical form. And his consciousness is now more directly connected to the Scorpium continuum than most of our kind.
Which means what? Are we to suffer him in multifarious forms no matter how oft he is bested?
That is correct.
You jest.
As was the plan, I have taken up the mantle of the Sovereign and will bring the universe together as one new Scorpium.
You've planned this from the start?
What? You manipulated us from the start.
The history, the traditions, all of Nilbeth stands as the perfect first subject for my rebirth Scorpion.
None are yours to take!
Hear me, good people of Aster 4. With me as their sovereign, the rebirth Scorpium are here to see all the universe fused as one. The people of this planet will be but the first to join us. Let go of your troubles and your fears, and accept Scorpium. Hark, we offer you naught but enlightenment. The Scorpium are what our people were always meant to be. Laeticia Aucerius. I trust you hear me. You will continue to resist me. Of that much I am certain. But know that I wish for nothing more than peace and happiness for you all as well.
You lie!
We await you, Princess. Our numbers ever growing.
Ray! I'm detecting lots of Scorpium-looking aircraft taking off from that structure in Nilbeth. They're spreading out over the entire planet.
This isn't good. If they move on the cities, we will not hold out for long.
This will be a far, far cry from our battle with Remington. How are we to wage war against an enemy immune to death itself?
Our only hope is finding a way to curb Bohld'or's influence.
Elaborate.
The data we require can only be obtained by visiting that tower.
All right then. Nothing ventured, nothing earned, huh? Chloe, what do you think about landing us inside that spire?
The way they're jamming our sensors, a direct landing will be impossible.
Well, get us as close as you can, and we'll hike the rest.
Fret not. I have faith that we will be fine.
Yes, it's as you say.
You got it. I mean, we've been riding our luck this far. All right, we get in close, we bust on in, we figure out the rest as we go.